Hi, I'm Diana Gessler. I'm a travel writer and illustrator, and I use Sakura products all over the world in my travel journaling, and I love them. Sometimes you don't have to travel too far though. This morning, I traveled out to my garden and found this bird of paradise here. And so I decided to put it in my journal. I've done it in large sketch form here so you can see it, and you and I can follow along together and see how I did it. So let's get started. Hi, I wanted to tell you that Sakura products are perfect for the kind of traveling that I do as an illustrated travel journalist. Everything I need is right here. In fact, this is a little pillowcase holder. And in it, I carry all my micron pens ranging from 005 to 08. And it's great to carry as many pens as you can. Once I lost one of my pens off a double-decker bus in London. The other thing I carry is this wonderful watercolor kit. It was designed by a genius. Everything works perfectly. You have your palette here. You have another palette here if you want. Or you can actually use this as an easel and do a painting here. I've just put right now, I did a little color chart. Sometimes that's helpful because some of these colors you can't tell exactly what color they are until you actually get them on paper. So I usually like my 005. So I'm going to start drawing with that just to show you that the difference, because then I'll switch to another pin number. And I'm just doing these beautiful tendrils that come off of the bird of paradise. Very light. I'm going to switch now to a micron 01 pen to show you the difference in the line work. It's a little heavier. It's a little easier to use if you're not familiar or comfortable with a very light line. But that's the beauty of the micron pens, is you have all of these different pinpoints to choose from. And I like witticisms in my journal. I like to show that I got a lot of joy out of this bird of paradise. So I'm going to make a comment like, there's and I'm going to tease you a bit, and I'm going to use the micron brush pen. These come in a lot of different colors and they're a lot of fun to use. And if you're not comfortable with drawing with a big brush or writing with a big brush, these are perfect for you. So I'm going to put, again, think fun. I'm going to just do a little calligraphy here. There's a bird in my garden. I told you about the watercolor set. The watercolor brushes, the water brushes have the water in them. And in order to get the water down to the brush sometimes, just you have to squeeze the tip, and there comes the water. And it takes a little bit of practice just to get exactly the right amount of water you want coming out of there. But here I am with this beautiful yellow. See, that's what I love about these colors. They're so happy. You got so many happy colors in these kits, and they make it wonderful to be able to work with. And you can see I'm not coloring in everything. Remember, we're traveling. You know, we got places to go, people to see. So I don't have time to fill in all the spaces. So I kind of use everything as a little highlight. And what's wonderful about this is you don't have to be a real professional artist to be able to work with these. Same thing now. Oh, look at that green. That's a beautiful green. You see, I'm not worried about painting. I'm just enjoying this little flower. I just want to get as much of it as I can. I also carry a handy wipe with me. They dry quickly and they fit in my little pouch too, but the sponges are good too for cleaning off your brush. All of these little tips and tricks, by the way, are in the Sakura website under Tips and Tricks by Diana Gessler. Another reason I really love this watercolor kit is because it has a purple, and I just love working with purple, and very few kits carry a real pretty purple. This is like a periwinkle blue, and mix the little purple with it, make that little thing that comes off of the bird of paradise. Sometimes you have to gauge how much time you have, and see, I have a little time here, so I can go back and do a little work here. So there's my bird of paradise. So I'm just going to print. And remember, I'm just using this brush. And sometimes when you're painting in watercolor, it's fun to mix colors up. So I've moved through 3 sets of colors here, just changing up the color a little bit. It doesn't always have to be the same. Remember, you're traveling, and things just, there are no rules anymore. You're just having a good time. See, this is still wet, this yellow. So I'm putting the red down here, and it's blending itself up there into the yellow. And it's very simple, see? It's just following your own hand lettering. I'm going to clean off my brush and these little sponges. And I'll show you another little trick at the top. Again, it's still wet. I'm using a little bit of green, and green and yellow is going to make a little bit more greener. I remember the brush that I used the brush pen I used to make the word bird. All of their products, you can paint right over them and they don't bleed, and that is fantastic. So sometimes if you want to just accentuate something, just do a wash over it, and nothing's going to bleed. So now you have a little journal entry for your walk in the garden this morning. So here's another walk in the garden, and this was in England, and all the different botanicals I found. It's also important to have good quality materials when you're working, as I do with the Sakura products. I also wanted to show you, this is a very simple way. I had a little schedule set up for myself, which I jotted down in the journal, and just to make it a little pretty thing, I just put some very simple border around. Didn't take a lot of time with it. Again, it's a sketchbook, it's a journal, it's something you're just doing it on the run, and it's just something to add color. I have a sign in my studio that reads, "You are here for the joy and delight of your soul." And that's just the way I feel when I travel and when I'm working in my journals. And I hope all students can feel the same way when they pick up this craft and use the Sakura products and travel like I do. Travel slowly, see everything you want to see. And that's what I love about illustrated journaling. It's just a great way to travel.